like a glove.
Oh, so I listened to that, the... Was my hair sticking out?
You're so weird. You look like a prospector.
So I listened to
Water out of the way.
the outro to that last one.
Yeah.
Dude, gave me chills.
It was so
It
good.
was so good.
I freaking
was so
enjoyed
good.
it. You guys need to listen to that.
Yeah.
Go back to episode 07 part 3.
We're live?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. No, but yeah. Yeah, go back. It was really good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Even if it's just for the last 10 seconds of it, it was, yeah.
I was on my way over here and I was like, oh shit, I forgot you put it up. And I looked at it. I skipped all the way to the end.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so good.
Awesome.
All right. Are we doing the intro now?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right, so before we get started, welcome back.
Yeah.
I'm
Welcome
so
back.
excited for this one. I was telling Tyler I was really super depressed driving over here because the topic today, I had to really think
Yeah.
about everything wrong that I've ever done.
Yeah.
So based off that mood, where do you want to go today?
Let's go to a prison cell.
A prison cell? No. Oh.
I don't know.
What's the closest thing to prison?
My job. Just kidding.
Just put Niagara in one and then Applebee's in the other.
Yeah. I don't know. What's the closest thing in prison?
Your own mind.
Yeah. How do you put that up, though?
Neurons.
Fucking
Yeah, no one's gonna fucking understand that.
Well, they will if they listen.
If you guys stick around.
Yeah. Okay, so today we're talking about everything that we've regretted throughout our life, like big, small things that have changed the course of our life, and why did we regret them, I guess. Mm-hmm. So, do you want to start off? Because I don't have that many. I have a lot.
Yeah,
but...
well, because we haven't lived enough life.
Yeah.
And thankfully we don't have that many. But, once I started to, really dissect, how my life has been, I found, a few that just kind of, fuck, would my life be, way more different if
for sure. So, go ahead. What's your...
Okay. So, I was telling you just before I got here, I was listening to a podcast by Mylett, and it kind of went along with this. I didn't even know, but he was talking about his life when he was in college. He played baseball, and he was pretty sure that he was going to be drafted onto a pro team. So he was just saying how he wasn't because he didn't give 100%. Mm-hmm. He said he might have given 99%. And he sets it up so cool because he's like, I flew in my jet, my own private jet. I have blah, 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 so much money, this and that. I live on the beach, And he says he has a nightmare about baseball back in college. Even though he's so successful right now, that small thing, it's
yeah,
it eats at him. And it was funny because to me, that was me in football. Mm-hmm. So my regret is not giving everything I had to football. Because my process was I'm not going to do anything with it.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of a fun thing to do.
Okay.
And then when it started becoming more serious, we started going to state and stuff.
Yeah.
Then that's when I kicked it up a bit. But even then, where I'm standing now, I feel like I could have given more. Mm-hmm. Back then, I don't know if I understood it. But
I don't think you ever do when you're in the moment, when it's then. I think you always realize after. And not necessarily when it's too late, but you realize that after the fact. You're like, shit. I should have gave my 100% back then. Yeah.
And you know what he said? He's like, if somebody would have told me, if somebody would have stepped into the room and told me, Ed, you're not giving your all. You're not doing your best. Mm-hmm. If you want to be the best, you got to train like the best. And that's what I was thinking. I was like, it sucks that I needed that, but it was too late for me to hear that because I hear it now. Yeah. And it's because he says everything small that you do is what leads up to the big things that you do.
Yeah.
You do what you do. I forgot how you phrased it, but it was like, it just made sense. It was like, if you do the small things right, you're going to do the big things right.
For sure. That's what my basketball coach always told us. To get the simple, small things correct in basketball, and you'll become a great player. Because you have the fundamentals down.
Yeah.
Now you can just play around with whatever you want because you already have everything else.
Well, that's why Michael Jordan would always practice his, what was it, just his free throws and his passing and dribbling, just like the fundamentals.
That's shit. If you're a good dribbler, dude, it's not 100% of the game, pretty much. 98% of the game.
Yeah.
So football.
That's
if you could go back and change it, like what would be your goals for it? Where would you want to have taken it?
I would have put more time into the gym. More,
sure?
Tyler. Yes. Why do you think I do it? Because I regret not doing it before.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have put more time into the gym, like focus on like just becoming better. Like the thing that held me back is like everyone talking. It's like that thing in like high school. You're kind of like finding your confidence in yourself and everything like that.
Yeah.
So like that was like my thing. It's like you're only 5'4", so like where do they put
really
you?
Only 5'4"?
I was 5'4" in high school.
In high school, okay.
I grew an inch.
You're 5'5" now?
Either 5'5" or 5'6" on a good day. You know,
on a good day.
On a good day.
Depending on the shoes I'm wearing.
Yeah, depending on the shoes and the socks if they're a little thicker. So that was kind of like, where are they going to put you? So they kind of just like threw me in whatever, and I kind of had to work my way up. And surprisingly, they put me as like a corner and then a safety, which are supposed to be like tall people roles.
Yeah.
If you're a safety, you gotta be tall because
you have to see everything.
You have to see everything, and whenever the ball is thrown, you gotta be able to jump up and swat it down, intercept it, do whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember one game we were playing. It was like a 4A, 3A school, and we played their varsity, and I was on JV. And I was corner, and I was pressed up against this 6-foot skinny dude, and like.
Okay, let's chill out on that.
Okay, he was. Well, just imagine me, like 5'5", 5'4", stocky. Like it didn't make any sense. So you're on man press, so you're like right there against him.
Yeah.
So I just remember.
Is that how he looked?
A little thinner. So he takes off, dead sprint. And like I've always been kind of fast, so I just kind of, stayed up against him.
My bad.
And then like next thing I know, he turns and I turn and I see the ball. I jump as high as I can and I can barely tip it and it swats down. I'm like so fucking pumped. I was like the most excited I could have been. So like if I would have like used that as a reference point, as that shows that there's no limit. If you're short, then just practice being jumping higher. If you're not strong enough, just work out harder. But I didn't have anybody that like had faith in me, and I'm not blaming that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just saying, me myself, I should have realized that when I was younger. Yeah. So I kind of regret that. It's not a huge deficit, but it would have been great to see where I could be if I would have realized that to begin with and like did everything like that.
For sure. Yeah. Huh.
It's like a neat little.
Yeah.
What you thinking?
I don't know. That's. So. Would you have rather found that, I guess, switch by yourself, or have someone tell you? Plain would you rather now?
Would you rather?
Like, what would be more meaningful to you?
As long as I did it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Because time is our friend and our enemy.
Yeah.
So like,
sure.
if I would have been at that moment, either told or found out, it would have been a game changer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Because, I mean, finding out yourself has its, like, pros. It's like,
I did it.
I did it. No one can tell me different.
Yeah.
But then it has the cons of, like, being egotistical about it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And you don't want that. But in
It's
the
not
end...
always a bad thing.
In the end, right? But in the end, it's just like, as long as it gets done, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Mine's the same. It's with sports also, but with basketball.
Yeah.
And it's I had the same thing. You're not tall enough to play. You're not good enough to play. Which I don't know where they got that from. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but yeah.
Remember the
I
bell.
would toot it anyways. I was pretty damn good at basketball. I was playing varsity at 8th grade. I was playing I was going to say at 8th grade level. I was in 8th grade playing varsity basketball.
I was a senior playing at 8th grade level.
That's a better way of putting it. But, so I'd always been playing with people much bigger than me, better than me. So I got to learn from that. So I went to go play for an actual high school my junior year. And my coach was pissed. He was so mad. He said, well, you know, if you're going to play for them, lose contact with me. I'm no longer your coach because you have a new one. So I'm like, whatever, you know, it kind of hurt. Like, okay, if that's how you feel, it's how you feel. Can't stop it. So I went and played with them, and they sat me on bench on JV. And even when I would play, the varsity players would come to me and be like, why are you on JV? I don't ask your coach. I have no idea. So after that, I was like, I'm not playing. And it was just a summer league, so just like I was testing the waters pretty much. So the reason why I went and played with them is because I wanted a scholarship to a school. Mm-hmm. And I tested the waters, and I didn't like it because they had their players, and they weren't going to play anyone else, no matter how good, or they just had their players. So I talked to my coach about that, and he said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, come play for me, and we'll record every single game, and we'll make you a highlight video, and we'll send it to every single school that in the nation. I was like, oh yeah, all right, I'm down.
Yeah.
So we played, didn't record one game my senior year. So like, shit, man, I wish I would have had someone to record it. It's one regret. If I could look back, I wish I would have had someone record them just so I can have that extra video. And two...
Would you have done it yourself?
I couldn't. I was playing.
No. I mean, like, there's tripods.
Oh, yeah.
But like, say like you had to pay somebody to do it. Like,
but yeah, well, my parents are there. My little brother and sister are always there. Like, I could have had them do it. Yeah. I could have had them record. But I took his word for it. And, like, I'm not mad at him whatsoever. He had other shit to worry about than recording me play basketball. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, it's whatever. But didn't get scholarship to anywhere. Didn't do anything. And then I think 2 years out of high school, I applied for the Hobbs, the New Mexico Tech or something. I can't remember what it's called. New Mexico Community College is what it is. Well, I applied for there. I got into the school, and I guess my parents made too much money, so I couldn't get any financial aid at all. So I didn't end up going. And then after that, it was pretty much... You know, I'm done. That's it. And my dad told me when I was little, I think I was junior or freshman, I told him that he told me, what do you plan on doing after high school? Mm-hmm. I told him I plan on going and playing college ball. Yeah. And he said, okay, for who? I said, honestly, it doesn't matter. As long as I play college basketball, it doesn't matter. But my goal is to play for Michigan. And he starts laughing. He's like, you're not going to play for college. Yeah. And I was like, bet. I'm going to. And he told me, he's like, you're not good enough to play for college, Tyler. You're not big enough. You can't. I was like, okay, well, we'll see. So after I couldn't get into that school, I pretty much thought, I was 19 years old, 20 years old. I pretty much thought, he was right. I was 21. Yeah. He's right. And I can't play for school. Obviously, couldn't do this. So I'm just going to give up.
You planted that seed to begin with. And
for sure. And I took it as I'll show you wrong. I'll
Yeah.
prove you wrong. But when things weren't going my way, it was like yeah, he's right, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I can't play for college because of all this shit. So I just stopped. I stopped playing basketball. I stopped trying for schools. Everything. Like, I just 100% stopped and started working and all that bullshit. My regret is stopping.
Yeah.
Because I would still be able to go and do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like we were talking before. That's my goal now. I put it on the goal list before I die, or I should put it on the 2-year goal list because I only got 2 years left.
Yeah.
They stop accepting them when you turn 26.
There you go.
So, 2 years left. So the reason why I want to talk about regrets is because you're only 22. I'm only 24.
Mm-hmm.
I already have that regret of
Yeah.
not playing basketball.
Yeah.
I already have it. I'm not 40. It's not too late for me at all. But I'm
Yeah.
already regretting it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be 40 and think, fuck, you
try.
had a second chance.
Yeah.
And you didn't do anything about it.
You let time run out.
Yeah. Now look at us.
Yeah.
We're working at Niagara still.
Yeah.
And you have nothing to show for anything.
You know what I like about this story that you're telling us is that you have an excuse. And your excuse is you've been out of school for too long.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't played basketball in a while. You work too much and people around you don't believe in you.
Yeah.
And you're saying, fuck all those excuses. I have
Exactly.
2 years left, and I don't want to feel 20 years of regret plus.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So that's kind of like the driving motivation where it's like, I'd rather give my all in these last 2 years that I can do it and see if I can.
Yeah.
That way I know the next 20 years, I gave it my all.
For sure. And I was thinking about it too, even if I don't make it, even if I try my best, freaking, train every single day, before work, after work, days off, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Train and I go and nothing happens, then I tried.
Yeah.
I didn't give up. I tried for my goal. That's okay. I tried. Next goal. Let's try something new.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There you
It's
go.
not.
And that's that bouncing back from the faults or
Exactly.
the failures.
Mm-hmm.
That's that thing we talk about. It's like failures don't necessarily define you in that sense. They kind of like just propel you towards a new path.
For sure. Yeah. So that's my biggest regret is that.
But we could change that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm gonna try, my hardest to change it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to start tomorrow. I'm gonna cut down on this and smoking.
Oh, there you go. I'll help you out by
Yeah.
not getting this. I'll buy some
I mean,
kombucha
every once in a while. Oh, it was funny. I was telling my friends at work, I haven't drank Coke in 2 weeks. 2 months. I'll allow 2 weeks. 2 months.
Yeah.
2.5 months or something like
Yeah.
that. But I still drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
And that's
Coke
it.
isn't doing anything
Yeah.
to me with alcohol in my system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So cut it all out.
Yeah. So I have to be, which is weird because in high school, I mean, I'm much older than I was in high school.
Yeah.
I didn't care. We would smoke cigars before a game. On the way to a game, we would smoke a cigar.
Yeah, we had a lot more. And it's funny, we say like as if it were a long time ago.
Yeah.
In these, like, the 4 years plus after high school, you see all the changes in your body
Yeah,
that you
hell
can't, you don't reproduce, like, the fucking cells necessary to be
Yeah.
unstoppable.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important. If we have high school listeners, which I fucking pray that we do, this is the time, like, to take life by the balls
Yeah.
and
straight up.
fucking run with it, because you're never gonna get these 4 years back.
Yeah, no. And that frustrates me when people are like, oh, I can't wait to graduate. I can't wait to be 18. Don't fucking say that.
Yeah. Because we thought
You're
like
young. Yeah, you're young and you can do anything. You're not going to get in trouble for it. You might go to jail for some shit or fucking
Yeah.
juvie for a lot of shit. But
that. It's not permanent.
yeah.
A lot of it isn't.
Yeah.
Some
yeah.
of it is.
But what I'm saying is like, a lot of shit that we do, like say get in a fight. It's battery. That's
Yeah.
assault. We'll get put up.
It's
If you're
life-changing.
17, you're 17, you're getting a fight, you get a slap in the wrist, go home,
Don't do it again.
don't do it again.
Suspended.
Yeah.
You get a vacation.
Exactly. Yeah, you do that now at work, you get fired, it ruins your life, battery assault, charges are being pressed against you, like, it's all bullshit. Yeah. And then you drink, you have a hangover for 3 days. Yeah. I was drinking, and that would be fine the next day.
The amount that you could drink back then compared to... I mean, I assume, from what I was told by my friends.
I didn't drink in high school.
Mom? Nah, they probably fucking know.
Yeah. I drank a few times, but I was too busy with basketball. I knew basketball was too important, so I didn't.
See, that's any of that another fucking thing. It's like,
yeah,
I wasn't that disciplined or dedicated. Yeah. I was always trying to fit in, and I think that's another regret of mine. If I could go back, I would just say fuck it and be a recluse and just stick to my own thing.
For sure.
But I mean, it also like helped me socialize. And that kind of like brought out like a social butterfly. I'm not, but like in certain contexts, I can like present myself to be like talkative and So I guess in that sense, it kind of helped out a lot. But in other senses, it's like I'm not as disciplined as I should be because I hold on to that like fitting in aspect. You know?
Yeah, definitely. So you had to rebel because these people are here and you really didn't want to.
Yeah. It's like well, then it's also like. I want to say there's a rebellious aspect in me. So it's like, how far can you push the limits? And like that always stuck in the back of my head.
Oh yeah.
And especially if there's like people next to me, it's like, don't fucking test me because I'll push those limits a little bit.
I have that big time.
So
I just kind of.
And that gets you in trouble. Yeah,
it does. But I don't care. I test people a lot, especially my bosses, which is not good at all.
Yeah.
I test them a lot, dude. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, I got in trouble for this bullshit. And I think back, like, yeah, you fucking idiot. You've been doing it for months. Motherfucker?
Oh, man. I was going to say something. So, another thing that I would be kind of regretful for would be not being confident enough. I mean, it's not like I could have changed it on the spot.
Excuse me. Mm-hmm.
But I could have done things to, like, expand that kind of like interaction with people, because a lot of it is mental.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Talking to girls. Yeah. That helped out a lot. Like learning how to. Mm-hmm. That gave like an extra confidence boost. Lifting earlier gives you a confidence boost. So if I would have probably done it right earlier, been able to see some like progress forward.
Yeah.
Because if you're not comfortable with yourself, you're not gonna be comfortable around other people.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah.
So that would have been a thing to like work on.
I think that's why I try to be so funny.
Funny?
Yeah. To make that I wasn't. I like. A lot of people thought I was cocky. I guess sometimes I was, but like, I think it was just a show because I wasn't confident a lot of the times. Because I'm a fucking skinny white guy. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's I had to make myself the cool guy in order to try to boost my confidence and my ego some way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in the back of my mind, it wasn't who I was at all. And that's a regret, is trying to be that.
Trying to be something badass. That you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people in high school that I know still, and the people that I hung out in high school, the people that didn't like me in high school, if I hang out with them now, because I'm the same person, I just put on a mask in high school. Mm-hmm. They would like me now, because I'm just yourself. I'm not a fucking asshole anymore, or I'm not a cocky person. You know what I mean? So, that's a regret, is just trying to be the badass that I wasn't, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Putting on masks.
Yeah, and people see right through that.
For sure. So, oh yeah, definitely.
That's why especially now where we're like a pivotal point in our lives, especially doing this podcast, if we weren't authentic, if we were to present ourselves as something, we're not trying to like go with the flow of like every other like YouTuber podcast.
Yeah.
Like you'd be able to see right through that, and
For
it's
sure.
like it's not authentic. You've seen it done 1,000 times, and it'll be hip for like a couple podcasts, and then after that, it's like you're full of bullshit.
And it's the same thing I just watched last week on someone else's podcast.
Yeah.
It's all the same shit. I'll look for something else. And yeah. I see you.
Give me 1 second. I think it's almost time to fucking...
Good?
We're gonna get better at this.
There we are.
Yeah. Kind of just taking the time down and just be like, oh, it's time.
My regret, too, is blaming other people for my shit.
Yeah. If we would have taken accountability for a lot of things, I think we'd be a lot more responsible, a lot more trustworthy, and a lot further ahead in life. Like
Definitely.
I like that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because even now, I have small moments of regret where I'm like, fuck, I should have. But it's like things that you could still like fix.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I'll give you an example. Even today, I'm still kind of. I need some closure on this. But I had an instance because I bartended today this morning, and then I always feel like in the back of my head I'm like slow.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like I try to be quicker because I don't like for people to tell me to do things.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just like my own thing. It's like if you tell me what to do,
I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it on your terms.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm like self-conscious that like I'm not fast enough and like I'm bucking up.
Yeah.
So that's always like bothering me. So it adds a little bit of tension to what I do. So I was running some food, and then like, so as a bartender, you stay behind your bar, but I mean it's the morning shift, so you got to go do other stuff. You can help people out, or you do your prep.
Yeah.
So I was helping someone run their food, and then I come back, and like I'm coming through the back, and this girl, she has a different way of speaking to people. She's like real confident, like not arrogant, but like in your face about things.
Okay.
Kind of like, I don't know if you met those people. She messes around a lot, but it's like it like comes off as like she's like telling you what to do.
So you don't know how to read her. You don't know how if she's
And
messing around at times, or if she's serious.
And I think I completely misread what she was saying or how she was saying it to the point where like I subconsciously felt like she was telling me how to do my job.
Oh, okay.
And then I got hurt over it, so I snapped back. So that's like my regret for today is like I didn't keep my cool, and I when I should have like taken a second, read the situation, and then like spoken to her about it like a fucking normal human being.
Yeah, for sure.
I kept a cool to a level where I didn't fucking like blow up, but it was still like unprofessional in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, by the end of the day, it was so small that it just kind of blew over, and we ended up like talking by the end of the day like it was normal.
Yeah.
But because she told me, yes, there's a drink at the bar. Kind of like I was like, the ticket prints out, so if I go to the bar, I'll be able to read the ticket, and I know there's a ticket there.
Yeah.
And like me, I understood it as, why aren't you in the bar? There's a receipt there.
Oh.
Make my order.
Okay.
You're taking too long. So like, I took all that in. I have my own self-doubts that made me fucking act that way.
Yeah.
And if I didn't do that, it would have just been, Oscar, there's a drink at the bar. I'll be like, okay, I'll get it done.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
Right?
I think I would have taken it the same way.
So it's like learning how to process those kinds of things and just understand it's not against you, it's just like us. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
And so the way I handled it, if you guys want to know specifically, I told her, I'm like, I'll get there and I'll make it. And she's like, what? I said, I'll make it. I know how to read.
Ooh. So you snap back.
A little bit, yeah. So I get to the bar, and then I'm like, I still have other things to do. I had to cash a guy out, and then I had to take some food over to my table. So it takes a little bit, and it was just like something small. It was like a refill on a strawberry sparkler. So it's just strawberries, the syrup, and the Sierra Mist. Mm-hmm. And I know it doesn't take that long. She didn't catch it the first time when I said that. Because she came back later and she's like, it's still not ready yet? Like, messing around.
Yeah.
But then again, I took it again as another, like, attack at me. And
I think when someone says something that like the first one, there's a ticket at the bar, and you take it as an attack.
Yeah.
Then the second time they do it, but it's a joke, you're already over it. I don't want to hear your jokes anymore.
Yeah.
So that's an attack too. I don't give a shit if you're joking. Don't joke with me when I'm mad.
Yeah.
Already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's probably why you took it like that the second time.
Yeah, I agree. I just didn't know how to handle it. It's an error on my part. So then whenever she comes back and tells me that, I was like, the world doesn't revolve around you. I got shit to do, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not proud of it either.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, like, I was making a point by not getting her order out first because I had shit to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not making the excuse that my shit's more important than hers because who's to say?
Yeah.
Her ticket might have come out before all this other shit, and if priority serves, I should have made her drink first.
Yeah.
Thinking of it rationally right now, you know?
For sure.
So then, the way things progress after that, she's just was kind of upset with me that everyone else can talk to me that way, that there's a ticket or there's a drink that's about to be made or whatever, but she can't. You know?
Tell her, well, maybe you should practice on your
Well, that's the thing. Part of a leader's job is not to place the blame on people.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm glad I didn't do that at least, but I still fucked up because I still fucking like made it her fault.
Yeah.
When it was all my fault. Those 4 excuses that I made or stories that I made in my own head, I kind of like that was my fault.
Yeah.
So then by the end of it, we kind of let things like settle down a bit. I was still in a good mood. And she was in a good mood. She probably ranted to a friend. I saw her ranting. And I was just like...
Of course it did.
Yeah, and I was just like, it's okay. Just, you know, let it pass. It didn't mean anything to me at the time because I'm learning to how to handle myself, like, emotionally that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, after or during, whatever. But the response is where I need to, like, focus on. So, if I could have handled that situation better, I would have probably taken a minute to not take things as an attack. Also, if I did, by the end of it, kind of like apologize for it because I don't think I necessarily did apologize for it the way I should have.
Yeah.
You know, things just kind of went back to the way they kind of were, and I kind of messed around with her that she was being a brat, and she's like, "Me a brat? You were being mean," and this and that.
Yeah.
Thankfully, she was cool like that, but not everyone's gonna be cool like that.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
And
Definitely
fucking
not.
feuds could go off
Yeah,
because of that.
I think that's how I am. Like, you don't try to be cool with me after you just piss me off.
Yeah.
Give me a day or two. Like, just, like, swear.
Yeah.
You want to say this shit, don't come back to me 30 minutes and be like, oh, Mimi. And I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of my face. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't even allow me to cool down yet, and you're wanting to joke with me?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of my face.
And I think it takes humility on both parties. Like,
Definitely. I just have a short fuse. And
no, I understand.
I hate it, bro.
Yeah, no,
I hate it.
I understand. It's fucking. It sucks.
It
really sucks.
It does. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Are you good at asking for help?
No. Yes and no. I'm trying.
Okay, let's just say, let's say it's not like you don't know how to do something, because that's easy. I don't know how to do it. I'm gonna ask for help. So
see, before I didn't even. I wasn't even able to do that before because
really?
my self-conscious was so shot.
Oh, okay.
That I felt like I needed to do everything right and like I needed to figure it out on my own.
Oh shit.
So it was so fucked up like that before, but now it's just like I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What about like say you got? I mean, you guys get your own tables, right? Like a section. What if you have more than what you can handle at that time? Can you go and ask someone, hey, can you get table 7? Because I'm overwhelmed right now. I have a lot of shit. Just spilled this fucking drink. I gotta clean it up. They're waiting for their drinks. Are you good at that? Can you do that?
Yes and no. Again, because it depends on what's going on at the moment. So that example is perfect. I spilt shit. I have to put an order in. Plus, I have to clean up the mess, and I'm waiting on a table.
Yeah.
Definitely, that would be hands down. Ask for help.
Yeah.
I'd ask the person that I think is most responsible to be able to take care of it, or the closest in proximity to what, you know.
For sure.
So if it's something like, get the drink order for me down, I'll get it to them here in a bit, or if I'm still not done doing my shit by the time the drinks are up, can you take them?
Yeah.
Definitely, that's something simple. I'll be able to,
Yeah.
it's not a pride thing at that moment because shit has happened.
Yeah. Okay.
But here's where the pride resides, and it's, I got quadruple sat.
Yeah.
Meaning 4 tables just got sat at the same time, and I'm barely getting drinks for the first table.
Okay.
Here's where the balance lies. It's, I know my skill set enough to be able to handle that many tables at once.
Mm-hmm.
But is there time efficiency to be able to take all those drinks out within the 2-minute window that you're able to take those drinks out?
Okay.
So then that's where you handle your skills versus the logic, and it's like your pride. I would have to like take a moment, and it sucks too because it's not just you with those 4 tables, it's you, your managers, and everyone around you kind of like making sure everything's okay because they know you just got sad. So so they start asking, are you okay? Do you need help? This and that. And when all the pressure starts coming, you got to be good at that. You got to be good at making those decisions. Oh, well, table 3 has more people than table 2 and 1 put together. How about you take drinks to 2 and 1 and I'll get 3 and 4. And then I'll get back to 2 and 3 or 2 and 1. That way I'm able to present myself the best to like the better tipping tables or whatever. It's just a logical process that you have to go through under pressure.
Okay.
As far as pride goes, if you want to be the badass, the one that's able to do all tables at once, that's where you're kind of like fucked and like,
see,
you're gonna fuck yourself
for sure.
And I had to learn that too because I can't do it all, so that it comes a little harder.
It's not always pride because I'm not good at that. I'm not good at asking for help at all. Except for if I don't know how to do something, then obviously I don't want to fuck it up, so I'll ask for help.
Yeah.
But like, at my job, when I have to do a bunch of stuff, plus 2 other things that they just put on my back, and this guy says, "Hey, I'm leaving at 6:30. Is that okay?" I'm like, oh, "You've been sitting there for an hour on your phone." Yeah, it's cool, bro. Don't even worry. I got it. All right, cool. He takes off.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, now I have all this stuff. I'm trying to finish before the next crew comes in just to clean it up, and I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, and
or I could have been like, hey, can you help me real quick with this before you take off?
Yeah,
and it's not delegation. It's scared. I guess I'm scared of their reaction of me asking.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, dude. Yeah, I had the same thing as like a manager at Pizza 9. It's like you felt like a rush was gonna come, and you didn't want to cut anybody yet.
Yeah.
But they haven't been doing anything all day.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'll take it myself. And you just want them out of your hair. That way that you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it could cost you sometimes.
I think it's...
And like I said, it's a fine line.
Yeah.
It's like, it's either the pride or the fear.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a big regret of mine. But... It's a good and bad thing, being a people pleaser. Because I think the fear of it is because I don't want backlash. I don't want you to be, like, I don't give a shit if someone's mad at me. But I don't want you to be mad at me at the same time. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. Doesn't make sense in my head. It's not going to make sense in words.
I feel like I can relate. And I'm sure a lot of people relate too, because negativity all around is just like a downer for everybody.
For sure,
right? So it's like you don't want to have to deal with that. And I think that's what it is. Whether you're on the receiving end or on the giving end, it's like any negativity is bad. So being a people pleaser, you're essentially trying to bring out the best out of everybody. You know?
For sure.
And that's wrong because it's not always going to be sunshines and rainbows like Rocky says, right?
Yeah.
You know? So
and it sucks because being a people pleaser, you please everyone else, and you leave yourself in the dark.
Yeah.
He's like, you can go home. Fuck, now I have all this shit to do, and I'm stressed out about it, and I gotta do it, and I'm rushing, and I don't feel like I'm gonna get everything done. Yeah. And you just want to make that one person happy. That really didn't matter, making him happy. I'm sure that person wouldn't have minded doing a 5-minute job before he left real quick.
Well, yeah, even if they did, it's like, that's your job anyways. Yeah. So might as well fucking help out for a little bit.
Yeah.
it's a real detriment on your leadership skills when you do that.
Oh yeah,
Because
I know
that
that.
means that you're not able to differentiate what needs to be done as opposed what you think should be done. Like, you know,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I said that right, but
I don't think you did, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're talking
I
about.
know that first part is what needs to be done.
Yes.
The second part is like the
What you want,
people.
what that person wants to get done, or like, I don't know how to word it.
Yeah,
Either, but I know
it's
what you're
around there.
talking
But as a leader, you gotta fucking get the shit done, regardless of how people feel. Because, well, I mean, not regardless, but I mean, to an extent, like it has to get done.
Yeah. So my bosses are always like, if you guys need help, just get on the radio, ask for help.
Mhm.
Like, and that's when the pride thing comes
Yeah.
in. Well, why don't
help.
you just get on a forklift and help us when you know we need help? We're not going to ask for your help. You should know. Being a boss, you should know we need help. And we're like, fuck it, we'll just do it ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of being like, yeah, we kind of need some help. If you guys can get on a forklift, do this while we're doing that.
Well, then, it's as a worker, you want to be a people pleaser too. You want to show your boss that you could do everything,
Yeah.
and
true.
you can't because you're human,
Yeah.
and humans need help. We all need
And
help.
time exists.
It's just putting that pride aside and just understanding that sometimes people need help. And like you said, if it's a people pleasing thing, it's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's not always bad. Always bad to be a people pleaser at all. It's not. A lot of times it could be. But pleasing people, I mean, we've talked about it on multiple podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
That make everyone happy. Be a lover of people. But make sure that it's going to be okay with you also. Because it's not... You got to... Growing up, I was always taught to worry about others. Don't worry about yourself. Worry about others first. Which is perfectly fine. You have to.
Well, it's a basic foundation, and I think
Yes.
that's where we lay down the foundation, but we never grow from there.
Yeah.
We just
that's
keep
true.
laying more foundation, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, when do we start going upwards? You know?
Yeah. When can I worry about my fucking self?
Where can I worry about myself? Yeah. And
But that's a key factor in life, is worry about yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you lay in bed at night and go to sleep, it's you.
Yeah.
It's only you.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're married, you got kids. Like, yeah, of course you have to worry about your wife and your kids. But at the end of the day, you are asleep in your body.
Yeah.
So worry about yourself.
exactly. I was listening to a motivational video by Sylvester Stallone,
Mm-hmm.
and this one was so good. And I'm glad we brought this up too, because it like this week just kind of like filled in with like this topic.
Yeah.
It's just about
Yeah,
regret.
it really did.
And Sylvester Stallone was talking about when he moved out to California and he wanted to do acting and everything like that, and like shit was just fucking hard. He was practically homeless. He lived in a fucking apartment that was about as big as like where the camera is.
Mhm.
Like this is about it.
Yeah.
Right? So he talks about how he had to sell his dog, and he was just, barely living on whatever he would make from these like side acting jobs or whatever. But he would write. So he was writing a script, and or just the idea to one, and he gets an audition to do like a wrestling movie or something like that, and then and by the way, I'll post the link in the video, that way you guys can watch it for real. So he gets his audition for like a wrestling or boxing movie or whatever. Not a boxing, it was wrestling.
Okay.
And then he didn't cut it. And he turns around and then he's like, before he walks out the door, he tells the guy, he's like, "Hey, I don't know if it matters or anything, but I have some writing done. I know how to write. I have a story." And the guy's like, "Oh, really? Okay. Throw it by me. Well, what's it about?" So he tells him it's about boxing, this and that. He's like, "Okay, well, I'll read whatever you have. Just send it to me, and we'll get things going." And then, so this is the story that the story of him writing the script in 3 days of Rocky.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know he wrote it.
Yeah. So he writes the script for Rocky
What?
in 3 days, and he says it was 90% of the fucking script got tossed out, but it was the idea, you know. Let me check the camera real quick.
I just heard it
I
click.
thought I heard it click. No.
Okay.
But I will have to come back on it
Okay.
a bit. So yeah, he writes it in 3 days. He sends it to the guy. 90% of it doesn't make it, but the idea itself was like so good that they wanted to buy it from him. They wanted to buy the script. It started off at $2,500 for the script, and at the time he was making no money.
Yeah, so
So
$2,500.
$2,500 was a lot of fucking money for him. He's like, I don't know. So then so he holds on to it a little longer. Then they started making better offers. 5,000, 10,000, 30,000. Holy shit, his life is turned upside down. Like, he's fucking freaking out. Like, he's about to throw up from how excited he is that his script is about to be made.
Yeah.
But he's an actor. And he told himself, if I'm not in this movie and it gets big, I'm going to jump off a building because of that feeling. He had to take that leap. So that's why he acted in his own movie,
That's
in his own
so
script.
sick.
He said, I would have felt so much regret.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that...
Imagine if you would have sold it for $2,500
Yeah.
and then that's it.
Dude,
We would have
exactly.
never known who he is.
We would have known who he is, and the movie probably wouldn't even be as good as it is because it's him. That's his character. That was, boom. He epitomizes
That's
that role of Rocky.
Crazy.
Because it's about him,
Yeah.
right?
That's crazy, dude.
And just to think about that, it's like, what steps have we taken to the point where, like, we need to take that leap? If not, it'll be
Don't have
so
a
much
regret. Don't have regrets. Think about this. And I'm talking to you, talking to myself, talking to everyone that's watching this video right now. When you're in a situation and you don't want to do it, but you want to at the same time, just think 15, 20 years in the future. Am I going to regret this? And this is probably cliche to say, because everyone probably says this.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. But think about it. When I'm 50 years old, 40 years old, doesn't matter. Am I going to regret this decision to not do this? Should I just do it? If they turn me down, still did it.
Yeah.
It's all good. But being 40 years old, being 50 years old, and Sylvester Stallone decided not to turn around and say, hey, I'm writing.
Exactly.
He would have been like, I should have just fucking turned around. I should have told him I was writing.
Exactly. And how many times have we felt that? I want to throw up and cry at the same time thinking about like the opportunities that
times.
Might have been missed.
I did that with my position now because I got that new position.
Yeah.
And I was writing out my application. I was halfway through, and I stopped and I sat back on the chair and I thought, I don't know how to do any of this. I've never done this.
Yeah.
And I started deleting stuff because I knew I didn't want to exit out.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started deleting it just in case my mind switched. And
Yeah.
then I stopped and I was like, dude, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. You're a forklift driver. You're not losing your job. You just didn't get this position.
Yeah.
And 10 years down the road, 3 months down the road, are you going to regret this decision? And I was like, fuck. All right. Finished it out and I got the position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just do it. It doesn't matter because if it doesn't happen, then you're already not in that situation after.
Yeah.
So you took that leap. It didn't happen. Cool. That's fine. Let's find something else. Like I was saying earlier, let's find something else. Just get another goal. But if it happens, that gets you so many more opportunities that you have. And it could be this small thing that you just decided to enter. It could be so small, but that shines a light on so many other things that you could do.
And I have a question for you because it's kind of like it messes with my mind a little bit, and I'm sure it does with like a lot of other people. But is the regret of doing it? I mean, is the regret of not doing it greater than the regret of doing it?
Yes.
And why do you think?
Because not doing it, you don't know the outcome
Yeah.
of it. Doing it, you know the outcome. and
it'll work out in your
you
favor.
didn't like it, and
But not doing it.
But not doing it, you don't know.
You'll never know
what the fuck happens after.
Yeah. So in the end, I guess it's way better to just do it.
Yeah.
Even if it comes up.
Yeah, because you don't know if you're gonna like it or not. If you do it and not like it, you already know you don't like it. So let's take another fucking road.
Yeah.
Let's try something new. If you don't do it, you don't know what the fuck is gonna come out of it.
Yep.
So, just don't. Just do it.
Just do it. Just
like fucking Shia LaBeouf says.
Just
do it.
Do it. Dude, and I think that's why successful people are like so fucking like adamant towards that. They want you to do it because that's how they did it.
Yeah.
That's
the only way of moving up is just doing things.
Yeah.
Because if you stay in the same spot, you're gonna stay in the same spot.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna change.
If you don't send that resume, if you don't send that application, if you don't talk to that person, if you don't talk to that girl of your dreams or guy of your dreams, if you don't send that what is it? A photo shoot, a photo for like a model or like you know, or like an agency. Mm-hmm. If you don't talk to your manager about
if I don't go to the school,
if you don't go to the school, if you don't pull out loans, if you don't, you'll never know. And then like, and then at the end of your life, you're gonna look back and be like, what if?
I had so many opportunities. What if I would have taken them?
Yeah.
Now I'm here with my family, which would be perfectly fine being with the family. But what if?
And
I think we just found a name.
Yeah.
But what if?
But what if? I'd say oh wells are better than what ifs.
Definitely.
I'm guaranteed I heard that before.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you and whoever else said it.
Exactly, because
oh well.
I tried it.
Yeah.
And it didn't work.
Even saying it like you've never been like oh. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sad. You're like, oh well.
Yeah. And you've never been like, what if?
Yeah. Well, I wonder what happened.
I wonder what would happen. And
if you're talking about your life, you've never been like that.
Yeah. I wonder what would have happened if I would have put that application in.
Yeah.
You never think about it in a positive light.
Or
because
I should have.
And if you do, you're fucking lying to yourself because you're trying to make the excuse that it's okay. You know?
For sure.
Let me check this real quick. I think we're coming up.
You just want to put your bicep in the fucking camera.
Dude, it doesn't even fit.
Mine doesn't either.
There you go.
You can see on both sides still.
Wait. Yeah. What were you saying?
Is it, are better than what ifs.
Yeah, you're fucking lying if you say what if with a smile on your face.
Yeah, for sure.
You only say that in like video games.
I do. Yeah.
I guess.
I do that before I do something. What if? But it's a negative aspect. I think that's one reason why I don't do a lot of things is because I think, well, what if something bad happens?
See,
what if it doesn't work out?
I think you need to lop off the story that comes after that what if.
I get that from my dad.
You know?
My dad does the what if thing, and I get that from him 100%.
See, and I do that with jobs. And I think we talked about this in one of the earlier episodes. It's like, what if I get stuck doing this job? Mm-hmm. But then you're not stuck doing anything. You're the master of your own life.
Yep.
You know, if you don't like the job, just quit.
Yeah.
It'll only look bad if you stay at that job and you do a shit job because you hate your job.
And then you get fired for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better that you say, this isn't cut out for me. Be authentic and tell the boss, whatever, hey, I have different plans. I thought this was going to go one way. Unfortunately, it's not. We're going to have to go our separate paths.
Yeah.
And they're going to understand because they're not going to want you there doing a half-ass job. They want you to like your job.
And I guarantee if the road that you plan on taking it comes to a dead end, if you tell your boss that, hey, I'm going to try something new. I'm not really enjoying it right here right now. I'm going to try something new. You know, it's not really working out here, blah, blah, blah. Have an understanding. He's taken that road before, ended up here. You take this road, comes to a dead end. He would probably be more than happy to get you back. Mm-hmm. So you can be on your feet, and he's worked with you before. Instead of being like...
And you were a good worker when you were with him.
And you had communication and telling him, this is why I'm leaving. Mm-hmm. Not because of the job, that you hate it, and it's a piece of shit place. It's just, I'm gonna look for something new. I want to try something. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people that I know that at work that this girl went and tried another job, and she told them that this will better her life, and she'll get paid better, and it's just an all around better thing for her.
Telling the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, for sure. If it doesn't work out, you always have a job if you want to come back.
And most of the time, people are going to be like that because they
sure.
understand how life is. People understand how life is because they're people too, man.
Yeah.
They have their own
Yep.
desires.
I told my boss today that I'm gonna try to go back to school. He's
Yeah.
like, that's awesome. It's like, do it.
That's awesome.
Do it.
Yeah. I'm fucking
For
glad.
sure.
I'm so
Dude,
happy.
I'm so happy.
When you told me that, I was like, yes,
Yeah.
we're fucking doing something. We're
Yeah.
doing something.
Yeah, for sure. We just have to figure out how to get together for these fuckers.
Yeah.
Not for you fuckers.
The podcast
for the
fuckers.
Yeah.
No, I got it. I was thinking. I wasn't like
Okay.
thinking about you guys. I wasn't thinking about how to phrase it. I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
If you fuckers took offense.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Stop watching. I'm just kidding. Don't stop watching. I'm just kidding.
No.
Where are we gonna go lower than where we are?
We're
now?
gonna go lower. Like one viewer. I don't know. No, it's good. I'm so happy for you. So yeah, if you ever wanna fucking smack a ball out of my hand, I'll be fucking at the ready.
Let's go ball, dude.
I suck so bad at basketball.
Yeah?
Funny
I
story.
suck now, too.
I tried out for basketball. I didn't even make it on the team, and everybody gets on the team.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Me and my buddy, we
It's because you're 5'4". You were 5'4".
yeah.
That doesn't
No,
matter.
it was probably because I didn't know how to dribble or do anything.
Oh, that's probably
Plus, it was super political. I'm gonna say it was political. Like,
okay, how?
like everyone on the team had a solid spot on the team, and anyone else trying to join, you had to be on their level. If not, you're not gonna.
Oh yeah, see, that's how Blend was.
And you know what? I understood that. Well, not at the time.
Yeah.
I understand that.
I still don't. I think it's bullshit because I was above their level. Not all of them,
Yeah.
because there was guys on there that were really good, but I was there. I was there at the varsity level, but they took me down and sat me. So for me it's political with them because they had their people that they wanted out there,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't care about anyone else that was just playing because I don't even know who the fuck you are. You call me like Tanner, probably. Instead of my real name. I don't fucking know.
It's like, hey, that Tanner guy's gotten pretty good, huh? Who the fuck is Tanner?
Hey, Tanner. I'm just staring. He's like, that's why I don't let him play.
That's
See,
why
he doesn't listen to me. That's probably what fucking happened.
No, he got fucked, man. It's like identity
Tanner's a piece of
crisis.
shit. Doesn't
You're
listen
probably
to fucking
thinking
anyone.
back, it's like Tanner would have had a great fucking career if he would have fucking listened to instruction.
Remember that Tanner kid that played? No. No, I don't.
Oh, that's fucking
I
great.
still see those coaches doing like you. Well, one of them, get this. One of them's still coaching, okay? And he's a fucking garbage ass coach. Garbage.
Oh.
And then one of them, the head coach, he moved.
So, I guess the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
He moved from one high school to this high school over here. Well, I think maybe 3 or 4 years after I had played with them, he was at home, and they might have had a basketball camp or something. I don't remember how it happened, but his pregnant wife was in his room upstairs. Okay, and she woke up with him not in the bed. Went downstairs and found him on the couch with a high schooler. Under the age of 18.
Jail time.
I think he's still in jail.
Jeez.
And that was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh god. Yeah, I bet. Oh my gosh.
He keeps fucking spilling this
I
shit.
bet you he regrets that.
Oh yeah, he does. No, he might not.
He might not. Worth it. Totally worth it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have him on here and just talk about.
Just be in his fucking jumpsuit and cuffs.
We're gonna FaceTime him and put him on here.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Like, hey, remember me, asshole? He's like, oh, Tanner. Hang up. Hang up the fucking phone.
That's so fucking great, dude. Dude, okay, this was awesome. I think we could cut it here.
Close
go to
it
the
down.
after party.
Okay.
So, what would you like to say? Pretty much just summing it all up.
sum it all up,
Yeah.
don't have regrets. If you have a decision and obviously your mind has decided on it, then do it. Because if not, you're going to regret it later on in life. If not, 40 years down the road, or fucking like me, 3 years down the road. So do it because your mind is telling you it. It's your gut feeling. So follow that gut feeling and fucking go for it.
Absolutely. If anything, all I would have to say is a little more specific. Talk to that girl. Talk to that guy. Talk to your teacher about that scholarship. Send that application. Write that resume. Make that cover letter. Even though you don't know how to do half of these things, it doesn't matter. You'll figure it out.
And someone's there to help you to do it. Also,
ask for help.
Ask for help.
That's perfect.
Don't be scared.
Yeah.
Ask for help.
Exactly.
Cool.
I love it.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Closing out.
Yeah, that was fucking great, dude. I fucking love it.